First the coffee, then the things. What is going on, everybody, today? No. That hat thing that I do like at the end of the vlogs, I completely missed it. It's just gonna go black and the hat didn't even add to it. Today's vlog is awesome. I talked a lot about stuff that happened last week. Like, I started waking up earlier. I started a awesome diet. Had a great conversation with some women in Manhattan about love and vulnerability. And me and some buddies started a podcast. Let's get after it. First the coffee, then the things. And obviously by things, I mean, how long has it been since my last time falling? 42 full days. I'm on day 43. That feels good. Like, today's Sunday. I'm recording this on a Sunday. And I was at Mass today just glorifying God. I don't have this ridiculous dissonance between my mind and heart anymore. And praise Jesus. Like, that's about all I got there. For the longest time I lived where I didn't want people to see all of me. There were parts of my life where I was ashamed of. And after, like, if you've been watching this, like after January, I really let God in and he's just been lighting my shit on fire. And it's been good. And I genuinely love where I am right now. I love the happiness I have, like how fulfilled I am with life. So let's get into it. What happened this last week? Oh, a couple huge things. So first off, and this is revolutionary in the life de la Eric, I started waking up early. Now, for many people listening, like, nah, it's not like a super big deal. I suck. I would put in line that I might be one of the worst people at getting up in the morning. And then over the years, like, I just kind of learned that if I don't have something to get me out of bed, like to go to, not just like the $80-ish alarm clock that's a rug on the other side of my room that I have to stand on for 15 seconds. Yeah, that's a whole story. I need something to go do that, like, I'm excited to go do in the morning. And so instead of getting up at like 10, I've been getting up at like 6. Oh. Which is awesome. Like, I've kind of always wanted to be this morning person. I am a night owl, so I needed something to get me up in the morning. And this whole past week, I have been writing, finding my flame, whatever that's going to turn into. I'm trying to put down like 1,000 words a day. And it's incredible. I found a coffee shop in town that's so good. It's amazing. I love working back here. It's just when I get out of the house and I go somewhere new, I'm like productive the whole time. And like when I'm here, my mind is like, oh, you should watch video game clips of cars crashing into each other for 2 hours. And so the other day I did that, and that was awesome and good. So I love getting out of the house. Something else incredible. So I've been trying to work out way more consistently. This in 2018 compared to 17, I really let go of that in 2017. This month, March 1st, I started Whole30. Oh. You know your friends on a diet when they talk about the diet that they're on. That is the case in my life. Holy crap, I don't stop talking about Whole30. My friends have already told me to shut the hell up. And I'm on day like 4-ish. Google, what day is it? Day 4. Also, my voice is awesome. And I like it legitimately. I like it a lot. I don't know if I'm going to struggle going through it completely. I cooked one meal on March 1st and I was like, that was awesome. I'm going to do that for 30 days straight. And it's just like steak and eggs and asparagus for breakfast, veggies, and I have like veggies and fruit and nut medleys, just snacks throughout the day. And then I have this awesome chicken, potato, and pepper dinner. So my body's content. Hopefully my hourglass comes to life in 30 days or so. What else happened this week? Ooh, so today's Sunday. My mom and I are giving a talk tonight at one of the schools in Wichita to parents. In a week, I'm going to K-State and giving a talk to the college kids, which I'm so excited for. Holy crap. We're going to really dig into this love and vulnerability stuff. And I know I said in the last vlog that I would kind of talk a little bit about that. And like, what do I mean when I say vulnerability? So if you haven't read this book, one moment. Oh shit, where's my book? Focus. Kablam! Oh. Kablam! Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. Read it. Read chapter 4 17 times. It's incredible. So actually, I have some really awesome girlfriends up in Manhattan, Kansas. Chick friends? Friends that are women. And I got with them and I was like, hey, can I come up to Manhattan and like, just let's have a vulnerability powwow. I really want to kind of get your feelings on some topics that people don't like talking about at all. And so last Sunday, 7 days ago, I went up to Manhattan. And I bought a couple bottles of wine for them, and we talked a lot. It was amazing. We talked about love and connection with relationships and where vulnerability fits into that. Like, some of the best moments when you're in a relationship is when you open up your heart to that person and they open up their heart and you love each other. When you say like, this is something that I've done that I feel bad about, or this is something really close to me that like I'm not happy with, I want in my life, like this is me to my core. And when the other person like loves that, sees straight through you and accepts you for who you are, just like how beautiful that is. So we talked a lot about relationships, and when one of the people in a relationship, one of the persons, in a relationship brings pornography into the picture, or when you start having sex and you're not married yet, what does this do like to that vulnerability and connection when you're so focused like on the physical and that's all it becomes? What are the thoughts? Especially if you're having sex and the person, the guy, more than likely, I need to cover my butt. And the guy, I'm just generalizing, is looking at porn and having sex. Like, what does that do to a female's mind? And we were just asking, and these girls were amazing. And they opened up, and they've had friends that have been in this trap before. And they just laid it down. And there's these feelings of like, I'm not enough. And there's these like so many awesome, crazy, intense things that kind of teaser I will talk more about at K-State. I don't want to dive super deep into it because it is vulnerable and beautiful and personal. So I don't want to hop too much in that in the vlog. That'll be K-State. I'll try and put that. My thought right now is I'm going to try to record that talk, to upload it, put it on the website. We'll see. This week, me and some good buddies started a podcast up again. So me and Patrick, we work together all the time with Finding the Flame, and we are driving that ship. I have another really good friend, Nate, and we have wanted to do a podcast for a while. We did like 4-ish episodes back in 2017, and he got super busy with work and traveling and taxes. He's an accountant, so he was like, I need to pump the brakes. And then now he's like, okay, I think I can breathe a little bit. So we're kind of trying something else. And so we recorded an hour podcast at a breakfast joint at 6 a.m. in the morning, and included all like the interactions with the waitress. It was actually really fun. We talked about a bunch of fun stuff. We solved the gun control problems because, we're really smart millennials. We talked about the greatest president in the history of the United States, TR, and what he did to American football. I assume we talked about Whole30 because I think I had already started Whole30 when we recorded that. Oh, it was also Friday of Lent, and we were at a breakfast joint, so there was no meat. Ugh. Oh, by the way, and I'll kind of end on this. I know I love getting into it, but getting into it with talking. Friday of Lent, we record this podcast. I'm like, I'm on Whole30. It's Friday of Lent. I can't have meat. And so I got a veggie omelet with like a side of hash browns and a fruit bowl, I think, and the coffee and black. I don't want to tilt this over too far. Yeah, duh. We're at breakfast, and I'm not eating meat. Perfect. I get home for lunch. I'm like starving, and it's about noonish, and I take out my steak and eggs and asparagus and start cutting up the steak, and my roommate's like, and I just looked at him and I was like, oh, damn it. And I'm not a perfect being. I never ever want to claim to be. So I chose Whole30 over Jesus, and I grilled my steak, and I ate it. And I enjoyed it. So yeah, for those of you that are just really on the hell train, I will meet you in the abyss below. I'm kidding. That was awful. I'm so sorry. All right. Goodbye forever.